Joe Biden decided he wanted to take his foot, lather it up real nice with some ranch, some Big Mac sauce. He went and did his yoga, right, so he could practice stretching. Okay, and he took that foot and shoved it right in his damn mouth again. Oh my God, I don't know how. At this point, you got to wonder if he's doing it on purpose. Seriously, you have to wonder because it's nonstop. Check out this clip of him speaking at an Asian and Latino alliance.
And the other thing we should do is we should challenge these students. We should challenge students in these schools to have advanced placement programs in these schools. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids, wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it.
All right, so before we even get into what Biden said, before that part, whoever clapped after he said that shit, immediately after you going to hell. You're going to He said they are just as smart as white kids. Woo! Woo! Bruh, is that not emblematic of everything that is like wrong with this country with the white knight, white savior complex that people have? Like that they thought that was something revolutionary what he just said. Look, before I go on my rant, what did you think about the comments?
I mean, it was just as funny as when he said we'll put truth over facts, and then people started clapping. But this is a little bit more sick because it's like actually horrible to say, and it shows you. I don't know. I think it doesn't help that his brain is just deteriorating and totally fried. That I have a feeling that he's obviously very racist, but he tries to hide it. But then as his brain continues to deteriorate and he's not able to form coherent sentences, things like that just slip out. So, but I mean, he could be doing it on purpose because he doesn't want to win. He just wants his book deal. But I don't know.
Savage. Oh my God. Well, I do. So I don't even know. So if Biden probably is. I mean, he's definitely a segregationist. Like by definition, he's definitely a segregationist.
Right.
Um, and like most 72-year-old white men, I'm pretty sure he's done a lot of racist things in his life, or said a lot of racist things in his life, or 78,
Right.
7 actually, 77. But I think this really illustrates the what we will call inherent racial biases. So even if he wasn't trying to be racist, some people hold preconceived notions of what they believe people in particular, black, white, Latino, whatever, like they may see them differently. Like they divide them up by what they believe their financial capacity may be, their mental capacity may be, like. And what Biden showed, in my opinion, is he meant what he said. Don't get it twisted. He literally said, "Look at those poor kids. You know they're just as smart as white people." So he basically said two things. You basically are assuming that the standard of intelligence is based on how smart white people are. Bruh. Okay. So then there's the other thing. White people aren't poor. So basically, the first thing you thought about when you thought of poor people was everything and everybody but white people. Now, some people may not think this is a big deal, but when you're a governor, when you're legislating, when you're trying to run, I don't know, the free world, you see how that his thoughts just kind of he just threw up, right? This is how I feel about this. Do you not think that creeps into how you govern? If he believes this, and this isn't the first time he said something like this. Like during this race, it isn't the first time he said something like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, if you feel like this, and it's been clear that this is basically how he feels, how are you going to run the free world? Those type of slip ups are how the crime bill happens.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be president because, and I mean, you can tell that he just has no control over over his expression of his thoughts and everything. He just says whatever comes to his mind, and he doesn't. And he tried to add other races towards the end. He was like,
yeah, he tried to do a tuck and roll on that
Asian
one.
people. Yeah, and he was literally at a Latino and Asian conference, right? So he didn't even try to be a politician and hold himself back from saying something like that. He just said it. So he has no capacity to be mental capacity to be president. And
yeah, diarrhea of the mouth. Now, in contrast of what Bernie Sanders says, which is kind of crazy because Bernie's mind, I feel like, is like sharper than mine at times, than mine. Like, in all seriousness, he doesn't stutter very often. He's very clear in his delivery. It doesn't take him a lot of time to process things. It just, like, even Mike Gravel people forget Mike Gravel's older than what Joe Biden is now when he was in the last debates. And Mike Gravel was same thing. Yeah. Didn't have any. I thought Mike was like 65 in those last debates. And I looked it up and I found out he was like 78, 79 years old. So like, it isn't an ageist thing. It's just my man's might not be all there.
Yeah. It's Biden.
And look, he might not be all there, and the parts of them that are there might be a little bit racist. And just really quick before we finish up, I found it like when people were like asking me, well, why doesn't Tulsi jump on Biden during the debates? To be honest with you, I think this is why. This is embarrassing. I've said from the very beginning, Biden is not the number one threat to anybody. He never was. He shot himself in the foot. Yeah. And that was when he had his full mental capacity. But now we're at, you don't have you can't even filter yourself. One, not that you had much of a filter before, but now you can't even filter yourself. And you've already been known to shoot yourself in the foot. And we saw what happened when everybody ganged up on him.
Obama, he said like he was like a clean, smart black guy.
Yeah.
So it's a pattern.
He's different than the other black guys.
Yeah. So it's like this pattern of stereotypes that he keeps ingrained into his head. And obviously,
Obama's one of the good ones.
You're gonna be able to see that through his policies. But again, I don't think so.
He's not like one of those urban black guys. He's one of the good ones. Yeah. He's clean cut. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so irritating. But yeah, Biden, you got to. Hey, somebody retire this man. This is the guy who almost every single poll is putting as a front runner. Just want everybody to think about that.
And that's the guy that people are accepting over Bernie, over like his age. Like they criticize Bernie for being too old, but then the guy whose brain is actually gone. I mean, he has no. He's like acting like an 80-year-old racist guy at like some senior.
Get off my lawn! But I tell everybody to get off my lawn, not just the black people. Asians and Latinos too. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to get all of our notifications if you like that episode of Mi Casa Su Casa. You can also help continue to grow our show by donating to our Patreon and helping us hit our goal of 500 patrons. But remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.